I keep referring to the 2015 Denver Broncos and that formula and why that worked. If you can be stout defensively, stout-ish in the 21st century, and run the ball and ask of your quarterback to make a couple of special plays, that's what Peyton Manning gave the Broncos, whatever that was, a decade ago now. And I think Aaron Rodgers is capable of that. The mistake would be expecting him to do more than that on a consistent basis. How say you?
I didn't think about that comp. It's interesting comp, right? Where you have a defensive-led team. Remember, Manning missed like 10 games that year. They were talking about Osweiler keeping that job.
That's right. Yeah, right.
And then he just couldn't throw the ball. Now, Rodgers' arm is much better than Manning's was at that stage of his career. The thing is, is your defense going to play that well? It struggled early on this season, right, Dave? It allowed 30 points twice. And then it played a Vikings team without their quarterback. And Carson Wentz has like a sundial as a head clock for when rushers are coming. I mean, guys, he can't hold the ball longer if he wanted to. That is a formula, and especially if you get a home playoff game, which is possible. You win that home playoff game, you're one away. So it's possible, I think, but it has to be the blueprint. And I just don't let me see it against a real competent offense.
I hear you. And ultimately, sorry to be a curmudgeon Steelers fans, I think I still would rather have taken Jackson Dart. I think he looked awful good in his first go-round. How say you on that? How many will we look back? This could have really been on the jerk list, as a matter of fact, but we save it for you. Are you ready to say right now that 25 teams or however many it was that passed on Jackson Dart made a mistake, or that a vast majority of them should have grabbed Jackson Dart with him sitting on the board?
He played like 3/4 of one game. I think we could hold her.
All right, but he looked good, didn't he, against a good defense?
He looked fine in the early scripted part of the game, which is a credit to Brian Daboll. And then he was just, I think, okay the rest of the game. Now, to be fair, he lost Malik Neighbors. He threw for 111 yards. Let's take a deep breath. But Neighbors going out is a huge loss for them. And then he hurt his hamstring too, right? So I don't know what his status is this week.
He went back into the game.
Yeah.
They put Russ in, and we're like, oh, yeah. That's how the backup looks now. Get back to the kid.
And then I think I saw Russ throw one swing pass. Yep, that's Russell Wilson for you. Look, he just gave the life to the Giants. He just gave him life. He gave him hope. The thing about Pittsburgh, I've argued this. I know we're on the same page on this. Is that there's no hope for 2026. You're playing this year to win a Super Bowl, you're not good enough, and then next year you have to reset the quarterback position again. Well, it's a good draft, don't get me wrong, but now you're a year older with Watt. You're older with Hayward. It's just these pieces on defense are getting older, and this year feels like, in the grand scheme of things, the throwaway year for Pittsburgh when they could have tried to do a little bit more at that quarterback position.
The only way this would work is kind of what you alluded to. They'd have to get the number 1 seed, and that seems awfully unlikely with the Buffalo Bills looming there. Yep. Hey, the Jacksonville Jaguars are officially a factor, as I forecasted they would be. Now they get the Chargers, they get the Chiefs. They could end up having a huge role, not just in their own division, but in what happens in the West.